Yo, we back live in effect. This DM slide and then PowerPoint vibe in part 3. I was on with y'all a little earlier. Before we jump back into the PowerPoint, I had seen this YouTube video and it's titled "The First White Man Was Black." So give a couple seconds, let a few more people jump in. What's up, Brown Sugar? What's popping? But yeah, before we get back into the PowerPoint, like I said, this is DM sliding in PowerPoint vibe in part 3. And before we get back into the PowerPoint, what's going over, I want to play this video for y'all. It's the first white man was black.
I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. Welcome to
And this from the Black Excellence channel
and Abundance channel. Black people in the world are the original inhabitants of the earth. Studies and findings show that the first humans were birthed in Africa, and then from the black humans, other races of the world were formed or mutated. For thousands of years, the world had only black people. The birth of white Europeans, Asians, Arabs, and other variants of light-skinned people was around 7,700 years ago. Cheddar Man is a human male fossil found in Goth's Cage in Cheddar Goth, Somerset, England. Excavated in 1903, Cheddar Man is Britain's oldest complete human skeleton. The remains are kept by the Natural History Museum in London in the New Human Evolution Gallery. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the face of the oldest complete human skeleton found in Europe. He is clearly a black man.
Damn.
Analysis of his nuclear DNA indicates that he was a typical member of the Western European population at the time, probably with lactose intolerance, light eyes, most likely green, or could be blue or hazel, dark brown or black hair, and dark or dark to black skin. However, a subsequent report in New Scientist announced some skepticism from within the scientific community, including the geneticists who worked on the findings.
Boy, that fuck almost looked like me a little bit. Let me tip my head like him a little bit. Let me see. Damn, boy.
The genetic test identified some of the Cheddar Man's direct descendants among the locals of Cheddar and Somerset. Cheddar Man's remains had been unearthed 115 years ago in Goth's Cave, located in Somerset's Cheddar Gorge. Subsequent examination has shown that the man was short by today's standards, about 5 feet 5 inches, and probably died in his early 20s. Professor Chris Stringer, the museum's research leader in human origins, said, "I've been studying the skeleton of Cheddar Man for about 40 years. So to come face to face with what this guy could have looked like, and that striking combination of the hair, the face, the eye color, and that dark skin, something a few years ago we couldn't have imagined. And yet that's what the scientific data shows." Genetic studies by the University of Harvard in 2015 went a long way in proving that white people came from blacks. They came to this scientific conclusion by focusing on ancient Europeans' modern human fossils and remains. When the black humans reached the north of Europe, they met an icy and cold climate, which was different from their original habitat. During that era in human history,
Boy, that boy there looked like Patrick Stewart, Professor X, old boy off of Star Trek. Damn.
Even Switzerland was immersed in ice. The Ice Age, which is known as warm glaciation, had begun around 130,000 years ago and ended about 10,000 years ago. There was less sunny days and colder, making the production of much vitamin D less likely, including the fact that the melanin was still active on the few sunny days. The initial deficiency in vitamin D, which was a result of melanin protection and low sunlight, caused disabilities, fractures, and also premature deaths among the first Africans in Northern Europe, the first people to arrive in Europe. Extensive research shows that white people colder, making the
Hold up, y'all. I'm just being petty right now. Am I tripping? It's been on paper Patrick Stewart, y'all. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. Let me know. I'm gonna hold it up there for another second. But yeah, this shit definitely favor him a little bit. All right, let's keep rocking.
And also premature deaths among the first Africans in Northern Europe, the first people to arrive in Europe. Extensive research shows that white people had a higher vitamin D production than black people when exposed to the same dosage of sunlight. This was why the body of the first Africans in Northern Europe had to get rid of the melanin. Black people populated the whole of Luxembourg, Hungary, and Spain at around 8,500 years ago.
Y'all see
The
those
original
eyes?
Eurasians, who were the first Africans to arrive in Europe 7,800 years ago from Western Asia, spread two genes in Europe. The genes are SLC24A5 and SLC45A2, which are responsible for the skin color of the white man. The initial population of the Scandinavian region started around 7,700 years ago and was colder than in other regions of Europe. The initial white-skinned humans in Scandinavia for the skin color of the white man. The initial population of the Scandinavian 800 years ago from Western Asia spread two genes in Europe. The genes are SLC24A5 and SLC45A2, which are responsible for the skin color of the white man. The initial population of the Scandinavian region started around 7,700 years ago and was colder than in other regions of Europe. The initial white-skinned humans in Scandinavia carried the HERC2/OCA2 gene that is characterized by blue eyes, blonde hair, and white skin. The process is what science calls natural selection, and it led to the complete whitening of Europe around 5,800 years ago. Studies show that the three above-mentioned genes are albinism genes and are found in and originated from Africa. The OCA gene simply stands for oculocutaneous albinism and further shows that nature chose to uphold and spread albinism in Europe as a result of environmental constraints. And this then means that albinism, which is the state of the white man's skin, is originally an African trait. As was stated, the albinism in Europe is strongly related to blonde hair color, as it is in Africa. Also, there are traces of people with red hair in Africa who are not products of race mixing, as is the case with Africans with freckles. So European hair diversity is not originally a European phenomenon, but African. This diversity of hair color is a function of the original genes from Africa, which later showed up in the European white population. This phenomenon can be used to give an account of the green and blue eyes of Europeans. These eye colors are originally African as well, and have spread among the white Europeans through the OCA2 gene. We literally come in all sizes, shapes, and colors. Straight hair among blacks and whites are more of a function of the climate than of genes. The heavy sunshine in Africa made the Africans grow spirally shaped hair to protect the head from excessive heat, while the cold temperature of Europe made the European hair to grow down and cover the external respiratory organs from cold and diseases. But the facts remain that there are black people all over the world with straight hair. The Greeks, in the description of the black people of ancient Sudan, made mention of black people with long and straight hair. Today, they are found in India and also in Africa, among the Fulani people. So it is obvious that the straight hair of Europeans was formed due to weather conditions during the time of their mutation. Here we have a picture on the left of an ancient black Syrian, which is located in the so-called Middle East. And on the right, we have a picture of the Jarari people who live in southern India, who is said to have migrated from Africa over 100,000 years ago. Many of us don't know, but the original Asians were also black. The modern-day Asians are usually cast as yellow people, yet they are white. They are also a variant of the original African people. The present-day Eastern Asians possess the OCA2 gene, which also places them as albinos. But the original Asians were black. The Anu people were Japan's first inhabitants, and as you can see, they all are black. The slanted eyes, which are a characteristic of the Asians today, is a result of their living in the stormy mountains of North Asia, found between Siberia and Mongolia. Due to the high altitude, bright light and cold winds cause them to dim their eyes. These two factors, which were dominant in that region, were the reason their eyes turned that way.
Now, hold on. This is me being petty again, y'all. And it might be a little stretch. Might be a little stretch. But this reminded me, that dude in the middle kind of reminded me of Don Cheadle when he played Rush Hour 2. And it's kind of funny, he played this character. And we see this picture right here. His nose is slightly wider, but you see in the cheekbone area and in the forehead area, it's kind of similar. Also in the chin, the lips are different. I don't know, like I could be stretching, but he do kind of favor these two right here to me. But that's just me being petty. Maybe it's the GMO weed, who knows? Let's keep going. What was that about right here? Yeah, 10, boom.
The Asian facial feature is found predominantly among the Keosian people of Africa, who are descendants of the Bantus and the Pygmies of the Great Lakes. The Arabs of today were produced from a mixture of whites and original blacks from Arabia, which are known as Sabians. About 100,000 years ago, Africans began their migration and journey outside the Black continent and entered Yemen and what is known as Palestine today. They were the first modern humans to occupy entire Asia, moving from Israel to Japan. While they dominated Asia, other Africans traveled with the ocean currents through the Atlantic Ocean and arrived in what is now known as Brazil around 50,000 to 65,000 years ago. This migration resulted in the population of the Americas. So yes, folks, the first Americans were black. Many years ago, the study of the DNA
Now, if
of
you
the living
look,
humans helped establish that we all share a family
let's
tree
go back.
and
If you
about
look at
100,000
the
years ago,
Australian people,
Africans began their
Africans,
migration and journey outside the black continent.
look at their archetype, their genetic makeup, and this is based off of their genetic makeup, basically formed due to the environment they was in Australia. So you can see
continent and
the
entered
change in the
Yemen
people when
and
they
what is
show
known
you.
as Palestine today.
Like, here comes the next people that he's about to bring up.
Moving from Israel to Japan.
Now these are Indians as we know them, but look at how their bone structure, even the skin tones in their hair. This is due to the environment that they were in. If you're following what I'm saying. Like, so the energy is different. It's almost equivalent to how Florida people are different from people in New York, or Florida people are different from people in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? It's almost equivalent to that. You adapt to your environment, and that's what our melanin do. And and if you see, this is an example of how we all adapted to the environments we were in. Like, look at these people. So that's something crazy. Oh, that's not crazy. It's just
65,000 years ago. This migration resulted in the population of the Americas. So yes, folks, the first Americans were black. Many years ago, the study of the DNA of the living humans helped establish that we all share a family tree and a primordial migration story. All people outside Africa are descended from ancestors who left that continent more than 60,000 years ago. About 45,000 years ago, those first modern humans ventured into Europe, having made their way through the Middle East. Their own DNA suggests they had dark skin and perhaps light eyes. Today, about 2% of a typical European genome consists of Neanderthal DNA. A typical African has none. So, in summary, that is why we can confidently say, ladies and gentlemen, the first white man was black. The Black Excellence and Abundance Channel, where Black history is every day.
Yeah, so that's where that video was from, the Black Excellence and Abundance Channel.
Please.
That was pretty interesting. There's also another story that I heard that I came across in regards to that, the change of people's the genetic makeup, and basically how white people were bred in by the big head scientists. Elijah Muhammad of the Nation of Islam wrote a book titled "The Father of Mankind," and in this book here, they talk about Yaqub, also known as the big head scientist, and he had a doctrine called tricknology, and basically he bred the white man into existence. So he created the rubidoid, the citrinoid, and the albinoid races. And he did this by inbreeding until he got these colors, basically. It's a pretty interesting story. I don't know how many people know about it. They actually got a YouTube video. I don't want to go deep into it, really, but they got a YouTube video on it to sum it up. Let me see. I'll pull it up just so y'all can have it on record. Big head scientist. Damn, I'm missing the big head scientist. That popped up. But that first one was it. Hold on, let me go back one. This one right here is the one that has like a full little story on it. It is 46 minutes, but it's very interesting. It has a very interesting I don't even know how to say it, like a theology, or I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. But it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's 46 minutes long. I'm not ready to watch it with y'all, but y'all tap in and y'all check that out. Hold on, I'm gonna move myself so y'all can see it. But the title's right there. Big Head Scientist. Just put in YouTube the Big Head Scientist, the story of Yakub and Yashmal. And then you kind of see what Scientology get their story from out of it as well. But yeah, that shit there is pretty interesting. But I want to go ahead and get back into this slide, pick up where we left off. So for those of you who may have just jumped in, this particular PowerPoint I came across is called Commercial Movies, Music Videos, and Occult Symbolism, all hidden in plain sight. Once again, this is called Commercial Movies, Music Videos, and Occult Symbolism, and all hidden in plain sight. And so far, if you can go on my page and on my channel and check out part 1 and part 2. And we have ran through these slides so far, and we're here now. And basically, so far, we've been pointing out the symbolism that they use in regards to the checkerboard, the one-eye symbolism, the leopard, the kitten, or the tiger print, showing that it's MK Ultra. And right now, they're saying they're pointing out the symbolism in the LMFAO video above features a 6 on the earphones, which we know these are the Dre beats, Dr. Dre beats. Way too many leopard and zebra prints. And yes, you'll notice they're all dancing on the zebra crossing / checkerboard floor. And as you see, he has it circled so you can see the images, see it in the images as well. Winter Gordon, who below in By My Love from the Pharmacy. The singer is unknown to me, but as I compiled this presentation, it's perplexing at how many of these artists use the same exact symbolism as their elevated queens of pop do, such as the red heart, leopard print, and the V with left eye emphasis. And the heart and hand sigils, bottom center. Sadly, no winking from Winter here. So here, once again, they show the peace signs. It's a representation of something within the Lord. So it's not just the innocent peace sign as you think. I mean, look, Will and Jada had their kids inducted early. Willow Smith, a quaint reference to the occult, is a child star employing all the various signs and symbols of a mini monarch. Checkerboard floors, stars, red and blue, opposing paint colors, one-eye symbolism, the right hand Baphomet and zebra print. Let's also not forget the latest indulgence, narcissism, shown here with the I heart me, love me, embolized, I'm not sure what that is. Embolized. I'm not sure what that is. My fault, y'all. On the t-shirt below. So here, this is what they're pointing out, though. I love me. The final picture, bottom right picture, with the woman in the red zebra print performing the splits like most teachers do, exemplifies the rowdy, lawless nature to today's classrooms that teach and empower the youth to become warriors and warriorettes. Bottom left picture, and to show self-love, narcissism, and I heart me, and the doctrine of do what thou wilt. And that's Crowleyism, Aleister Crowley. And this is what they're showing you. And you even got the symbolism on the little kids. And that's the goal. They want to get you early so they can traumatize you early. You don't know nothing at this age in this realm. When you come through the gateway, you like a brand new computer. You like a fresh iPhone right there. And they can program you however you want to put as many apps, many of their applications onto you. You feel me? Hope you peep the analogy. All right, Christina Aguilera is no stranger to using the occult in videos. Above, she winks the left eye, and you will see the checkerboard floor in the form of earrings. The red and blue contrast with hair against the red seats, and wears black and whites in the control room shaped like a box. Below right, whilst making hand sigils as she orchestrates the video on screens. Below, she rides the motorbike upon the blurred checkerboard floor track and surrounded by light. Below left, in casting lightning from her hands, the video also features a dancing robot, further winking at the subliminal transhumanism theme. So you see, it's in everybody's videos. This stuff is a common theme in a lot of music videos, y'all. Money for Nothing, Dire Straits. Contribution to MTV was one of the first videos to be aired, as TV has pretty much confined mankind to a box cube called a room, or prison, prism, cell for the mind. This video exemplifies what TV does to the mind. Pay attention to the many static blank TV screens above, what they're talking about here. This video is interesting. Whilst the two characters move material goods about, delivering healthy microwave ovens, TVs, etc., what else can one expect to see on MTV? Some proactive shots of women's naughty bits and the moon landing. Also notice the character with the cigar has red eyes. Too much MTV already, maybe. Interesting, the timer on the microwave with the head inside displays 12 o'clock, or 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 equals 3. And the woman under the subtle archway M above, right here above what they're talking about. The second character has been dressed in the gray and purple, light purple two-tone colors, along with the checkerboard floor in the red and blue. Don't forget the bird cage open, but no bird in the room. The Ian Pearson band ringed, shown in the screen captured above, was the name of the animator for this Dire Straits video, Ringed, and not a real band. But marketing and product placement was already underway using video in this way. So basically what he's pointing out to is how this video here is complete screaming Masonic languages, like symbolism. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. And it's all over. It's literally all over here, y'all. All in this video here. In 1980s, my bad. The 1980s era saw the emergence of videos when MTV, say it quickly, it's a mantra, first aired music videos. The first being Dire Straits' Money for Nothing, with its symbolic checkerboard floor for all to see, and the hypnotic trance-like effects TV has on people who stare at it long enough. But other musicians and artists use that symbol too. 80s band Propaganda used it heavily for their hit Duel, which has the same symbolism and colors as today's modern counterparts, Monarchs, including the exact same two-tone colors the vocalist wears circled above. So this is what he's talking about here. Now, as with Tom and Sari's festive Xmas video, we see drugs being placed into drink glasses, top right, chalices and/or cups, usually red wine, cages for the mind. A child carries a doll or mannequin through the alley full of groping hands, and mirrors. What the sequence above showing the singer in 3 generations of age and breaking the glass with the very doll she clapped claps while walking through. The many groping hands may reference how long the suffering of the mind controllers have held precedence over the child performers. Or maybe it's just artistic license again. The song ends back on the checkerboard floor once both the male and female have been released, freed themselves of their binds and gags, and break out of the cells and the jailers above. The use of the checkerboard has been used excessively within the music industry and videos where visuals help to describe the song apparently being audibly sung. If you turn the sound off and simply watch the videos objectively, you may see subliminal themes pop out from under the shiny polish of a videographer's mind. Are these artists are these artists really in control of these videos? I really don't think so. I feel like they know after a while, but the fresh artists don't really know. Some of them may know shit. Tom Jones and series Carries Matthews sing a cheery, heartwarming Xmas tune to the children above as its depiction is hellish. Tom plays the devil lord archetype, complete with longer fingernails, and note the upside down 7 L circled. It's perfect for viewing while watching your sons and daughters open their presents. We see little angelic Carries dressed first in virginal, my bad, dressed first in virginal white, trapped in the cage. You will see this theme more and more. Man, upon the Lord's checkerboard floor. Man, I'm trying not to butcher this reading, but it's like every other word is a abbreviation, a caption, or some shit, man. All right, let's see. Upon the Lord's checkerboard floor, after being released, she is drugged with spiked red wine, which magically transforms into the polar opposite alter ego. A bit like being released, she is drugged with spiked red wine. My bad. Transformed into her polar opposite alter ego, a bit like the movie Legend, with opposite black outfits and black wings. After accompanying her up the 3 steps into the seats of power or St. Peter's chair, she uses her shapely hourglass figure V symbol to seduce the Lord and turns the tables on the Lord L by entrapping him, Tom Jones, into the descending birdcage in the final scene, smiling a devilish smile at success. The table altar Carrie's dances on also has a coffin shape to it, although it tapers to a point or apex circled green, which you're talking about right here. All right, let's see. 70s rock bands, Queen's imitators, The Darkness also did a jovial Christmas song. Christmas Don't Let the Bells End is hardly the best tune in the world if you were to hear it on the radio. But if you looked at a little closer, you may have spotted a few calling cards of the creator of the video. Why would the viewer not be surprised to see the now apparent subtle themes? Why, of course, you'll be laying in front of a fire on a tiger print, making the heart hand pyramid sigil. Of course, you'll expect to see the robot transhumanism in front of the tiger's face, revealing just the left eye robot with red eyes. Yes, someone always gives you a box with checkerboard floor wrapping paper. Let's see. Let's skip ahead a little bit because I kind of see where this is going with this PowerPoint. They're giving you a timeline showing you how far back. Like, look, we way back in the 70s. And I guess it's going to bring you to present day. Now, here's more symbolism. It's just everywhere. This is an actual lodge right here. Here we go. Michael Jackson, Blood on the Dance Floor. We've been doing the Masonic stuff. Let's see. Let's read this one. Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming plays with the Cinderella archetype. Although reversed, so he himself plays Cinderella, who does go to the ball, complete with the checkerboard floor. A socialite mask wearers, after receiving an alter ego persona changed from the heavenly lit fairy godmother, played by screen actress Diana Dors, who was cast quite a lot in Hammer House of Horror episodes in the 1970s, swings into the ballroom with flair and bravado as he ascends the heavenly stairway. He also breaks the mirror, bottom middle, as a lot of music videos do today, whether it is a narcissist abused trait or another hidden meaning or expression is left for you, the viewer, to deduce what that symbol may represent in context to the video. As alluded to from previous and preceding slides, as a side note, Adam Ant curiously was legally sanctioned under the Mental Health Act for taking a gun into a public house in England in 2002, 11 years ago. Damn. So yeah, they've been playing this game since the 70s. This poster showing America's first president, George Washington, as a Mason is distributed by the George Washington Masonic National Memorial Association. It was printed in the Scottish Rite Journal, August 1992. Yeah. He got so much screenshots just showing you, like, this is crazy. The above scenes are from the MTV sponsored advert featuring the world's best Masonic secret symbolism flashes up in one frame to reveal three symbols. Below and above left, the infection of the checkerboard as it spreads into the Asian pop market, where the same infection expression can be clearly seen in his two grammar gods. Greeting cousin is Queen present. Nah, Queen's not present. It's just conspiracy Coolie. We DM sliding and PowerPoint vibing, and right now we're going over how people in the industry use occult symbolism within their videos. You see it in the movies. You see it everywhere, literally everywhere. Music videos seem to use the checkerboard floor with impunity. The question is why? Is this simply artistic license by the producers, or is this the will of the artist's own mind and heart? Shit. What y'all think? Music videos feature the checkerboard floor more than most, including artists such as Kylie, Those Shorts, Montague, in Red and Blue, Nicki Minaj, Keisha, etc. This shit go deep. This shit go deep. All right, so enough of that slide for now. We'll continue on that a little later, because my food is about to come up and I'm finna eat on y'all. But nah, if y'all want to know more about, I guess, genome splicing, y'all check out this video right here, man. Y'all tap into that. But once again, I always appreciate y'all jumping on with me. We're gonna jump on again, knock out some more of those slides, do some more DM sliding and PowerPoint vibing. You did. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe.